Hey guys, welcome into a quick video here I've got. Making this 2008 Kyle Busch Doosan, and it's a nationwide car. I shared this in a video not too long ago, thanks to Mr. Radke for making the design again and printing the decals for me. Got a few of them here, and I didn't have any of these 2008 nationwide Camrys. I mean, they're just so hard to find. The only one I had in stock close to it was a Chevy. It's a nationwide 2010 Josh Wise car. But I went online, went on eBay, and again, I appreciate you guys bringing this up and kind of reminded me and informing me that a lot of the nationwide cars in that 2008-2009 timeframe, Motorsports Authentics, you can actually, they're multi-purpose, right? They're kind of generic 164s, and so I went ahead and started looking for them. And let me show you what I got. Box came in the mail, and I'll show you what I picked up, and we'll look at it together. I did obviously open it up, but I picked up a handful of these because the guy had an auction for them. He had like an auction, you can buy one, and I'm like, well, hey, I'll buy all 8 of them. And what they are, if I can get one out here, it's a Walgreens Gillette Young Guns NASCAR car. And I think it showed up as a 2007, yeah, 2007 Motorsports Authentics. And it's just a generic car. It's not custom fit or designed for any particular manufacturer, even though it looks like Chevy headlights. But I think this will be a perfect donor to use. Here's the 2010 Chevy, and it's slightly, you got the grill in there integrated into the metal, so that's definitely a Chevy signature. But on this Motorsports Authentics, it just has the logo for the design. So let's pop one of these open, and I'll show you what's inside. And yeah, so the other lesson learned, guys, and I've had people hit me up like this as a seller on eBay. Don't be shy about messaging them and asking about like their best price or offering them a competitive price. Don't lowball them, right? But what I did was, on this case, he had 8 of them, and I ended up saying, hey, I'd like to buy all 8, but if the shipping, the way he had it set up, was going to be like, $5 or 3 something times 8. So it's going to be a ridiculous amount of shipping. So I said, hey, can you combine shipping and give me a decent price? And so he ended up doing that. So yeah, I got these. It was less than $25 for all 8 of these guys. What a deal. Shipped. That's awesome. So let's open one of these up, and I'll show you what we got. All right, here we go. Now, I'm not really planning on keeping this at all. This is a nice, it's actually a pretty secure package, but I'm not planning on keeping it, so we're just going to destroy it. Sometimes I'm interested in being nice and trying to preserve some things, but not now. Ooh, it's got a black bottom. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, it's perfectly smooth across the front here. What's it say? Made in China. Motorsports Authentics logo. But I don't see a year. Yeah, there's no year stamped on the bottom. Walgreens, the Pharmacy America Trust, since 1901. That's pretty cool, actually. Red spoiler with the white red going into it. Interesting. But it's a decent quality car. I'm not going to argue for a 2007. All right, let's open it up. Let's get the drill. We'll see how easy it is to pop this guy open. A little bit more. There we go. That's a little too much, actually. I'm gonna have to use some good size, good amount of JB Weld there to put that back together. So what do we got here? Just standard rims. They're a little older. Not too bad. You would expect that on a 2007. What is that? 16 years ago. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's pretty detailed in there. Got your fire extinguisher there behind there. Not too bad. Just from a quality perspective, I think this has the glue underneath the. Sometimes they put the glue there. Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe they put the glue there to set it there, and because it would move, and then they would melt the metal post over top of it. So, okay. Not too bad. There's a little kind of burr on the bottom of the steering wheel. Cut that off. Okay. Let's get these two guys out. These are big, thick ones. Push in a little bit there. Don't want to snap that off. Push in these side windows. Yeah. And then I could drill out the back here, but I'm just going to pull it off. Just pull it right off like that. So this glass, I mean, it's clear. Clean. It's not faded in any way. It's got a nice shine to it. I'm liking that. Guys, this is a great deal. Real happy with this. Alright, let's get one in the sauce. See how quickly it peels. And I'll show you something else while that sits there. Looks like I need to kind of put some more in there. Okay. Let's move on to something else while that sits there for a minute. Okay. So working this One Cure, number 14, Chase Briscoe. Really, really nice hunter green Rust-Oleum color here. Very happy with how that turned out. Putting on some of the pieces across here. Got the spoiler painted. Got this on the back. And my next step is really to get one of these large side decals in place. So what I'm going to do here, is basically cut through all of this stuff and just get down to the white. So I'm going to get his logo, his name here, separate it out. And I'm also going to separate out this NASCAR race car logo. Don't need to keep that all together. And so now I'm kind of left with that. So I don't need this black stuff. So I'm just going to trim that off. And we're going to trim right along here. I'm not too concerned about the black here. I just don't want to take too much of the white off. And because it's dark green, it's going to be very, very hard to see. So what I'm trying to do is kind of cut actually right along that white or that black line. And then comes the fun part of trying to size this guy up. Tilt this up just a little bit. Trying to size this guy up here over the rear wheel. Okay, looks like it's not too bad on the front. Okay. And then you can see where that spoiler is, that black line. I don't need that. Right there. So we'll cut that guy out. You know, guys, God's faithful. Our daughter came home from college. She's finished with her sophomore year now. She was stressing about getting a summer job and all that stuff. And, you know, she was in, I'm like, you just concentrate on your finals. You don't have to worry about, you know, stressing and getting a job. And lo and behold, you know, she came back, interviewed for a job, and bam, they offered her the job. She's got a summer job. It's not, you know, a full-time job, but it's a job. And it's just, you know, just another example. Sometimes we worry and fret about things. It's just not. So many times those things never come to fruition. Maybe I'll take a little minute here at the end of this video, and instead of sharing a verse, I want to share something that I read recently that really encouraged me. Really was a teachable thing out of the scriptures. I'm kind of twisting what I was going to do with this video right now, because I think that would be valuable use of our time. What is this anyways? Oh, that's the logo for that. So yeah, so just working this guy. Gonna get that done. Let me show you. Got a couple other Chase Briscoes that I'm finishing up. These Cummings Chase Briscoes here. Just putting the final coats of sealer on them for you, Jumpin' Jim and Tristan. I can't remember off the top of my head which one of you asked for this one. I've got it in my notes somewhere. Quick update on the Quick Shine. Overwatch 2. There she is. I've got just one coat of clear sealer on it, and that's the quick shine sealer, and so far so good. I'll be honest, it's not Pledge, but it's not bad. So far, not bad. I'll keep working it. Show you guys when I'm all done with that. Alright, let's see how this thing's getting stripped over here. Look at that. Oops. Bumped it with my chair. Let's look at this guy here. This is going to town quickly. It hasn't even been here for 15 minutes, guys. Look at that. Yeah, it's not quite ready. You can see that's still stuck on there pretty good. But this is all just peeling off so nicely. Look at that. And the reason I'm showing you guys this so quickly is I wanted to look at that nose. I wanted to see if it was generic like I think it is. And it's nice to be able to look at it when you don't have any wrap on it. Right? When the wrap's completely removed and it's right down to the bare metal, then you know. Then you know exactly what you got and what you don't got. What do we have? Wow. Nothing there. It's just flat. Yeah. Let me wipe this guy off. Let me clean this guy off, and then I'll bring him back in just a second. Yeah, let me wipe him off. Hold on. So, yep, as I suspected. Look at that. Completely smooth on the front bumper here, right where the headlights and the little grill go. Completely smooth. No manufacturer indicators on the die-cast body. This is a great donor for those Doosan, Kyle Busch, Mexico, Toyota Camrys that are nationwide cars. So very excited to have these, and yeah, what a great deal. So going to be making a few of those for sure. Yep. All right, let's see how quickly I can get this at least the side on right for this thing. What a cool scheme. The paw reaching out, being that color transition from the green to the white, and it's so neat. It's a neat design. it's unique. I say it's neat, but it's unique, you know, at the end of the day. And, you know, a lot of times they just fade, you know, or there's like a granular transition from, you know, a darker color to a lighter color. But with the paw, it just looks pretty cool. No doubt about it. And then the funnest part is getting these to line up here. Like so. And to get this to lay down flat here. So you can see how waiting to put those B-pillars in place is important. When you have this kind of side decal that comes up here, you want to get this down in place and then put that in so you're not overlapping it. And that's not too bad, actually. I can't complain about that. Get this guy over here. Like so. Officially mark this with the signature. I guess it's more of a label than a signature. It's just printed. I doubt Chase prints his name. I'm sure he signs those contracts with a cursive. And then we get the Goodyear. Nice to be able to center that guy exactly where he needs to go. Yeah. Alright. I'll probably have to put some microsol on that and get that to lay exactly where I want it. But I want to share with you guys what I've been reading. So hold on just a second. One more time. Okay. Let's go to the good book. So I've been reading through Genesis. And I've gotten into the practice of I'll read a chapter and then the next day I'll read the same chapter. Because a lot of times, you know, I'm kind of reading it, and it's kind of like, yeah, these are like facts, right? These are just some knowledge. But then when you read it a second time, like the second day, you kind of get more of a, hey, yeah, this is thought. Let's go on. What's going on here? And you kind of can think more, you know, what's the meaning? What can I take away and learn from it? So I found myself very excited about reading Genesis 32. So if you know the story about Jacob and Esau. So Jacob and Esau were twins, and Esau was born first, and then Jacob was born, and the whole story, they've always kind of been at each other's heel. Literally. So at this point in Jacob's life, he has left. He went, sent by his mom, Rachel, to go find, Rebecca, to go find a wife, and ends up in another country, right? And now he's coming back. The last time he talked to his brother Esau wanted to kill him because he had taken his birthright. So here's the story. Jacob is coming back. He has his large family with him. And he is told that, where is it? Yeah. From his messengers, he says, it says in verse 6, 32:6, and the messengers returned to Jacob, we came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. So remember, last time, and this was like 15 years ago maybe, that Esau wanted to kill his brother. So he flees, right? Now he finds out his brother's coming. He's got 400 men to meet him. He's got to think that his brother has not good intentions to meet him. And so he's afraid. He's greatly afraid and distressed. And I got to think, right? Sometimes we're afraid. We're greatly afraid and distressed. I've never had my life or feared for my life from any other person. So I'm not sure I've ever reached the point that Jacob's at. But note what he does with this fear, with this anxiety, with this stress. He divides the people that was with him, the flocks, herds, camels, into two bands, and said, if Esau come to one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. Hey, that's smart, right? Let's split up our family into two groups. So that's a smart thing that he does. And then, that's kind of initial. And then what does he do? And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which saidst unto me, return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. So he starts to pray. And notice how he prays. He prays facts and truth. He doesn't stutter. He doesn't use vain repetitions. He speaks intelligently and logically, and he's talking to God. And he honors God for who he is. And he reminds God, hey, you told me that I'm supposed to return to this country and that you, God, are going to deal well with me. So he's kind of like, God, are you going to keep your promise or what? And then he humbles himself. Look what he says here. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become two bands. So again here, so we see him speak truth, logic, and facts, addressing God. He notes that now he's humbling himself. I'm not worthy of these blessings. I crossed this Jordan 15 years ago with just a staff, the Jordan River. Now I've got two bands. And he says, deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come, smite me and the mother with the children. And then he goes back to God. And thou saidst, I will surely do thee good, make thy seed as the sand of the sea, for which cannot be numbered for multitude. So we see Jacob, and he's an older man here. He's approaching, well over 40, 50s, right, area. He humbles himself. He prays. He asks God to deliver him. He's afraid. It's okay. It's okay for us to be afraid. It's okay for us to ask for help. And so he does that, and then he reminds God of his promises, and then he takes action. And the next few verses talk about how he uses his wisdom, and undoubtedly God tells him how to do this, but it doesn't tell us here. He breaks up his family into groups, and yeah, I just thought it was such a cool passage. And I just want to encourage you guys, if you're stressed, if you're afraid, go to God and pray. He will help you. He loves you. God bless you. Have a great day.